This commentary is brought to you by the new Steven Spielberg series Smash, a television series about dreaming big and becoming a star. The full, complete pilot of this show, created by the master of cinema Spielberg, is now online, and you can see it first by clicking on the link in the description below. That's right, just click on the link in the description to be one of the few that gets to see this show before it goes to TV. After clicking the link, if you want more Spielberg, you can subscribe to their page and leave a comment letting them know that I sent you. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Lefty from 643 Productions coming at you here with a Modern Warfare 3 free-for-all shotgun gameplay commentary. Here I am in the map mission using the KSG-12. The perk loadout is my usual KSG-12 class: Extreme Conditioning Pro, Hardline Pro, and Steady Aim Pro. And for those of you that are not familiar with shotguns, or you may be wondering why I do what I do, the reason you don't see me ADS very often is because when you're running Steady Aim with shotguns, ADSing, aiming down the sights, does not tighten up the hipfire spread any more than Steady Aim already does. Now, when you ADS, you do get the added benefit of aim assist, but I find the reduced TTK that is brought on by Steady Aim, I have to spend less time aiming down the sights. I think it's very well worth it. Now, before we get into this breaking Modern Warfare 3 news on Infected, got some great news from Robert Bowling. I want to ask that you go into the top of the description at that link that you guys have hopefully come to know and love by this time, and I want to ask that you guys go ahead and give it a click if you please. It would greatly help me out, and if you would also be so kind, just give that link the what for. If you know what I'm talking about, beat on it like Ike did Tina. It would help me out trying to get a new computer. All proceeds go to a new computer. That would directly help this channel. I do need one very, very badly. So go ahead and go to town on that link. I'd like to get, although again it's not a requirement, but I'd like to get at least 500 clicks from this video. So for all of you out there that are watching on browsers or on your smartphones, again, if you would be so kind as to get to work, I would greatly appreciate it. But we have this tweet from Robert Bowling. There have been a lot of changes. Before I give you the tweet, there have been a lot of changes to the Infected game mode since it was brought to Modern Warfare 3. First, it was brought to Modern Warfare 3, and then the Infected Juggernaut game modes were removed. They were changed. The Striker versus Knife is still the primary Infected game mode that everybody is going to see, but they changed the Striker versus Juggernaut and the Juggernaut versus MK46 Infected variants. They removed those, brought in the RS Sassafras and a few other loadouts, and then they also removed throwing knives. They removed throwing knives at the same time that they added the RS Sassafras and removed the Juggernaut variants. They also removed throwing knives from a lot of the class loadouts in Infected from the different variants, and now we have this tweet from 402 adding new class loadouts to Infected again tonight when Drop Zone is uploaded. 3 throwing class modes and 3 tactical knife modes. And that's from Robert Bowling, creative strategist at Infinity Ward and the de facto head of Modern Warfare 3 and pretty much everything that happens over there. And here he says that they are bringing back throwing knives. Now, I know a lot of people, a lot of hardcore Infected players were upset, even at the original class loadouts, regardless of throwing knives. The throwing knives aside, a lot of hardcore Infected players were not happy with the way the original Infected playlist was set up in Modern Warfare 3 upon release, and the very fact that throwing knives were present just angered them even more so on top of that. But personally, I see the throwing knives in the Infected playlist. Again, I completely understand. I'm not an Infected veteran. I am a noob, very much so when it comes to this. But personally, I see the throwing knives as a way to kind of balance out the people that immediately know where to go in terms of jumping up on weird areas and weird places and sitting there for the entire game, because a lot of players don't know about that spot, and every player can't get to them. We're seeing a lot more Moabs in Infected than I think people originally thought there would be, and that's due in part because there's only one way outside of throwing knives, with throwing knives removed, there's only one way to kill guys that are sitting on top of some barrel somewhere or some cargo hold area or cargo box, and that's to hit them with a throwing knife. And if you don't have that, you have to jump up there and you're going to get killed a lot of times. And so I see it as kind of a balancing act to that whole, okay, you can get up on these weird kind of places is that it's going to be hard for people that can only knife to get to you, and to balance that out, we have throwing knives. So I'm glad they're back in the Infected playlist. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But anyway, guys, that's my time. I got to get out of here. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed. Before you guys hop on out of here, again, if you could be so kind as to open up that description and go to town on the top of that link, it would greatly help me out. Again, I would very much like to see at least 500 clicks from this single video. Again, it's not a requirement. Don't get me wrong. Not a requirement. I can't make that clear enough, but it would greatly help me out. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to go to town on that link. I am out.